Yeah.
But yeah, so yesterday when we saw the movie, I was so tired, and I felt like I didn't with not spoiling anything. I felt like I didn't enjoy it as much. It's gonna be so hard talking to the Spider-Man costume. Um, and so then I wanted to watch it again this morning, and I was even more tired watching it. Like I
Yeah.
was like closing my eyes during some of the brighter scenes because
You're just tired.
I was just tired. I was so tired. Um,
I keep bumping my face on the mic.
what is your like vision level at?
My vision level. I basically can't see anything like past below my nose. So
That's why you keep hitting your mic.
yeah, I keep hitting my mic,
Dunk.
and I can see like the couch, and I can see about this low, and then I have to I keep bumping, but
Nice.
I have to like look up and down to really like my vision is really tunneled right now.
So which costume is this one?
This is my radioactive Spider-Man biohazard costume.
It's a very long room.
Yeah, no. If
It's
you take a
stupid.
look at it, you can't see it, but it has little radioactive, little like
Glow.
symbols.
Yeah. Oh, symbols.
Yeah, like the actual radioactive.
Oh, okay. Like, pretty. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. That took a long
It's too
time.
far for me to see. I see it. It's right here.
Well, that's a big one, but it's easier to see on the bluish area.
Yeah, like I can't see it. I actually no, I see it. I see it a little bit on the red. There's one right here. Yeah. Like you can see it.
No, I can't see it.
If anybody want to know, is this one of the costumes you did a review on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So for those of you that don't know, Jesse had a YouTube channel where he reviewed Spider-Man costumes, and I'm pretty sure this was one of them too.
Yep.
So if if they want to go check it out, where would they go?
Oh, they go to Leon Kumo on YouTube, and then they'll find all my Spider-Man costumes.
It's the only time I ever shout that out. So there you go.
I mean, that is pretty cool, though.
Oh,
Okay, looks even weirder. Put those back on.
it's pretty hot.
I wish
Take
I
these
wish
off.
we had like an up close video, like where I could see it, where Albert could see, because it just looks so goofy.
I mean, on camera, it's pretty.
On camera, it looks pretty goofy as
It's
well.
pretty bad.
It's like something you'd see in a horror film, you know? Oh my goodness. The amount of effort just for this costume.
Oh yeah.
Just for you to take it off, like
Oh yeah, it
as-
gets really sweaty.
as soon as I almost call it as soon as the costume started. As soon as the podcast started. All right. Across the Spider-Verse. We all went to see it last night. Around I think the movie started at 8:00.
Yep.
And I saw it twice, as I was alluding to when we started the podcast. How are you guys feeling going into this one?
I saw, I think, only one trailer
Yeah.
sometime earlier in the year, but I was pretty excited. I liked the first one a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
The first one was really good,
Yeah.
but it's been so long since we had that movie that I hadn't watched it. I hadn't like revisited that movie, and I wasn't super excited. I don't know too much about 2099, or I'm not a big fan of him, but I was decently excited to go into the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John.
I was pretty excited as well. Well, I would say I was decently excited as well.
Okay.
I occasionally go back to the first movie. I was gonna watch it before this one, but because of how tired I was, we finished the movie around like 1:00, and then I came home and I was gonna take a nap, and it was only supposed to be like an hour nap. It was a
7
4-hour nap.
hours. Oh.
Like I woke up at like 5.
You caught up in sleep.
Yeah, I caught up my sleep. I woke up at 5 p.m. for those of you that are like 5's like an early time, but yeah, no, 5 p.m. And then I I worked on the outline,
Yeah.
and I started the movie, but I didn't make it that far. I really wanted to watch the first one again before
Oh, that's what
recording.
you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this made me finish the Miles Morales Spider-Man game, so
Oh, you finished it.
I finished it.
Nice.
It's
nice.
not that long. Like, it was pretty
Oh,
quick.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it a
one I
full price
played.
game too, or?
I think
Yeah.
it's like $49.99.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You have a PS4?
Yes.
Well, then you can play it for free because they got it on disc.
He still has to finish the first one.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you need to finish the first one. The
I
first
just
one's
started
good.
the Tears of the Kingdom, but I could put a pause on that.
No. Play your Zelda, then come to the Spider-Man later on.
I think Albert does it the right way, where he focuses on one
I
game,
know.
whereas I branch off and
But I want to play other games, but I should finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
like I just got the urge to play the Miles Morales one, and I was just like, yeah, we're gonna play it, and I just
Yep.
ended up beating it. I was already like probably halfway through when I picked it back up, and
Yeah.
just real quick flying, like zipping around town to remember the controls, and we were back in it.
Nice. Okay, it didn't take long to
No.
remind yourself.
The only thing that's like really different between the two is he has the Venom powers.
Yep.
Right.
So
And not the Venom symbiote,
yeah,
the
just
Venom
like
shock.
Yeah, shock
stuff.
powers.
Yeah.
Venom's not going to be until the next game.
Yeah. I gotta buy a PS5 for that.
Are you even gonna finish the other Spider-Man games first?
What are you talking about? Which ones?
Wait, are you okay?
My eyes are burning. I don't know why.
You want to go wash out your eye?
Maybe.
Go wash out your eye. You're gonna squint at us the whole time.
You're going to squint at us and squint at the camera.
Go wash your eyes out.
I'm winking at the camera.
It's
right
okay.
now.
Go wash your eyes out. We'll continue talking about other things. You think maybe just like the sweat got in his eyes, probably?
Yeah.
This guy. He's finished the first game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's finished the second one, but I know for a fact I think he's finished both of them.
Oh, okay.
You're
That's
the
what I
only
was.
one that hasn't finished
No,
them.
I know.
Even
I
my
was
mom's
wondering.
finished them.
Well, she has more time to play than me, I guess. Probably.
How far did you make it in Tears of the Kingdom?
Like
Really, like,
an hour.
yeah.
Yeah. I just started it this week.
Nice.
I was at the shop doing an oil change, so I just waited there.
Early thoughts?
Looks great. Like a lot of cutscenes so far, but that's the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know, it's just like fun to be back in the world.
Yeah.
A little bit different setting, and we're in the Sky Islands for now, so I'm gonna guess pretty soon we're gonna go back down to Hyrule.
Yeah, you go back down to Hyrule. I like how there's like layers to it.
Yeah.
Because there's the sky, there's Hyrule level, and then there's like the depths.
Yeah. Oh, right. I've seen that
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Boo!
They're not gonna hear the boo.
Oh, they won't
They're
hear
not
the
gonna
boo.
hear the boo. They're just gonna see Jesse appear on camera. All right, let me go ahead and get into the. Wait, before I do, did you actually finish the Miles Morales one?
Boo! No, I have not.
You're gonna take the audio and then
Yeah.
overlay that on
Yeah.
you.
That's gonna just make it so much harder for you. Okay, introduction. This movie's directed by Joaquin Dos Santos, Chemo Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. There was no tagline. There is a budget estimated at $150 million. It was released June 2nd, 2023. Runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes. Rated PG. Currently box office worldwide of $69
Nice.
million dollars. I was wondering which one was going to be the first one, and surprisingly, it was Albert. It's in theaters right now, so would you guys recommend people go watch it in theaters?
No, watch it twice in theaters.
Albert?
Yeah, watch it in theaters.
Jesse? No. I'm
It's
just
worth
kidding.
it.
Yeah, no,
Spider-Man.
This is definitely. I wasn't excited going into it, coming out of it. I'm super excited to watch it again, but I'm also excited for the next
The
chapter.
next part, yeah.
I think the only thing I complain about in theaters is how they balance for speaking.
Oh, that was bad. Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
How they balance for spoken audio.
Yeah.
It's pretty poor.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one
Because it's
having,
not just this movie; it's been other movies recently too.
Yeah.
I wasn't the only one that was having trouble understanding some of the.
Like especially like the first scene, I didn't understand like a single sentence from that first scene.
Right.
Yeah.
They did not balance that, at least in the theater, not well.
Yeah. Or at least not this one. There's probably like maybe Adobe or a different sound system. Maybe you get it
Maybe.
better.
I read complaints about IMAX too.
Okay. All
But I'm
right.
gonna guess it's by theater
Okay.
how they balance that audio.
Okay, cool. Good to know because like last night I was having a hard time understanding some characters, and I was just like, maybe it's just because I'm tired. And when I watched it again, like I was really paying attention to some of those lines, so I was able to pick up things a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, maybe my hearing's just going because
No.
I can't understand these guys.
It's even worse when you're trying to listen to the Indian character or the British character and
the British character was the hardest.
yeah. Like you can already
Oh, the punk
I
Spider-Punk.
wasn't gonna spoil it until we.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said British.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Well,
there's
whatever.
toys out. Like,
Whatever. I mean, but still, like
I just said the punk. That's all I said. Like,
Everyone
be a
knew
bunch-
everyone knew what you were referring to at that
there's
point.
there's a bunch of punks. The main female is like punkish.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of punks. Who knows which punk I'm talking about?
you're right. But still,
Nah.
it's the accents.
There's only one classified as punk.
With the accents there, but then the audio is also bounced poorly. It was just hard to understand them too.
It was hard to understand him, but I could understand him because I know what he's thinking
Right.
and I know he's kind of
Like his vibe.
like his vibe and what he said. Like it took me
Yeah.
a second to like register what the sounds, but yeah,
But then you also have to understand British slang.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I got enough to understand
Yeah.
what he said.
Right.
I think without spoiling anything, still, I think the coolest thing was the be going from last night. It was the audience was definitely more Spider-Man, fans,
Yep.
hardcore fans, and then this morning when we watched it, it was more just like families going to take their kids to a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And the reactions between the two crowds, like what got laughs and what didn't, was like really interesting to me.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Let's go ahead and get into Sell That Sip. It's a 6-word summary of the movie. Go ahead, Albert.
All right. Let me scroll down. Okay. We've got super plot invites deep emotional resolve. Spider.
I like that.
Nice. I'll go second because
Okay.
I feel like maybe I'll just be the Debbie Downer of the group today.
Oh.
What?
Oh no.
I say that because like I'm not like, I don't. It's not that I don't like this movie. It's just I don't think I'm gonna be as high as you guys are on the movie.
Okay.
Mine is beautifully made, but does it repeat?
Mm-hmm. Good call. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I made mine literally like 35 seconds ago.
While you're wiping your eyes out.
No, like
Also.
right before that.
Oh, okay.
I'm right before this. After that. Mine is miles above the rest of Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is my favorite movie of the year. I think I said that last night
Yeah.
coming out of the theater. And I'm trying to remember what we saw in theaters. I don't know. Nothing is really standing out. This one stands out to me.
I don't think we've seen a lot in theaters this year though.
We haven't seen
And
too
you
much.
Guardians.
Guardians,
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, Mario, Creed 3.
Creed 3 was good, but I think this one's better than Creed 3.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think this is the best movie
we've seen,
in
but
theaters this year.
theaters.
there's more coming. Hopefully,
Yeah.
there's better ones. Yeah,
Did we talk about the first one on the podcast?
pretty sure. No, but I came out in 2008, or 18. 10 years after 2008.
So I don't think we
I don't-
reviewed the first one.
No, we have not.
I know we watched it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back to that one at some point too.
Albert says yes before JoJo.
He said he watched some JoJo, so
Yeah.
he's at episode 15.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in front of me.
At some point, we just gotta put our foot down and say this is the timeline. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're just giving you guys more excuses to.
I
That's
mean,
why I'm
not
next
watch
week,
it.
next week.
But yeah, we'll have to go back to the first one as well. I think.
Yeah.
I think I like the first one more still, but
Me too.
yeah.
That's why I kind of had my salad sip that way.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and rate it. Out of 10.
Spider Verses.
Yeah, sure.
I'm giving this probably a 9.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a couple of things I didn't like too much. Hopefully the theater experience itself didn't put a tamper on things. I'd probably rewatch it from home if I can get... I want to get a better sound system, but we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, I said I liked it.
Okay, we'll go into that later then,
All
Jesse.
All right. I don't know where to put this movie. It's really high for me, but
Is it 11, though?
no, it's not 11.
Okay.
But it's a 10. Like,
Yeah?
it's pretty close. Like, I really enjoyed this movie. And maybe because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and it hit all the notes for how a Spider-Man movie should go, at least in my opinion.
Yep.
So I really liked it. And even, like, it started off with Gwen, and I was like, oh, Gwen's going to be the main character in this movie. And she's actually, like, an interesting character.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And then we go to Miles, and then it's both their stories coming together, and then everything's like there's a lot going on in this movie. Maybe that's one of the bad things is there's so much going on. But time flies, at least for me. I didn't feel like 2
It felt
hours.
pretty long
I
for me.
could watch more.
I could watch more. Yeah. If they released this part and the second part, like the
big- yeah, I get what you're saying.
the whole movie, I would sit in theaters and watch 4 hours a movie. Yeah.
Probably like 4.5.
I will watch 4.5 hours
Yeah.
a movie. Yeah.
Man, I probably would too.
Yeah.
If they had
I-
a 4-hour cut, then I would watch that
Yeah.
instead of 2.5.
Yeah. It was so I loved it. It was so much fun. Did I give it a score yet? I don't
Yes,
know.
you did. You said 10.
Okay, 10. Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it felt pretty long for me, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. It's a long movie.
It was like one of those movies where, well, I'll talk about it later because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Because towards the end, it was just like, I had a thought, and then I think I mentioned it to the both of you with my watch going off and
Oh yeah.
kind of knowing what time we were in towards the movie, and I was just like, huh. So yeah. Anyway,
Anything else?
We rated it. We sipped it.
spoiler alert. No use crying over spoiled milk at this point. We're gonna start talking about
Go watch it first.
the actual
Yeah, go
movie.
watch it.
Your trivia. You want to go over your trivia?
Trivia, yeah.
You found it. You talk about it.
All right. Trivia. In December, Lord and Miller, the directors, revealed that the film was going to be split into 2 parts, titled Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2, because they had written down the story they had wanted to tell for the sequel and realized it was too much for a single film. And I remember, I don't know where seeing this, but I remember there was a subtitle to it besides Across the Spider-Verse. It was Part 1. I don't remember where I saw that at, but
At some point, a trailer had that, right?
something. And I looked on IMDb, and the working title for this movie was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. So somewhere along the advertisement, there was Part 1 in it. And I had a feeling like going towards the end of the movie, this is a long movie. I felt like we should be getting towards the end.
That's how I felt.
And-
That's exactly.
yeah,
what
and I was
mean,
like, it's very interesting, very refreshing to end a movie like that.
yeah, because like towards the end of the movie, I was like, man, we've been in here for a long time, and I feel like we got a long way to go still.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Boom.
The last 15 minutes felt like it could have cut anywhere in there, but
Yeah.
I liked a lot how they ended it.
Oh, the ending was I liked it. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Like the 3 twists that they had.
Yeah,
at
are they
the
going to
end.
resolve it right now, or are we going to have another movie? It's like, oh, we're having another movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, so you said different directors than John said at the beginning.
What do you mean?
So you said Lord and Miller right there, but then
Yeah.
the directors John listed don't have last names Lord or Miller.
That's really weird because I thought the first one had Lord and Miller.
Is it Tim
But-
Miller?
I don't.
What Miller?
I'll have to look up. Let me look up the first.
Because I think did Tim Miller do Lego Movie as well?
Tim Miller. I don't know. Let me see.
I don't know what Jesse's talking about because they're not on the first one either.
Really?
Oh.
Are they writers?
I'm gonna guess they're writers.
Lord is a writer.
Lord and
Okay. So
Okay,
maybe
writer,
they're the
producer.
writers. Maybe did I say director? No, I did say director, but it didn't say director. So they're
Okay.
writers. My bad.
Oh, I
They're
was
writers.
just making sure.
Yeah, they're writers for the movies.
Well, I think the
apparently.
writing definitely took. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a really good job.
hmm Yeah. So sorry, writers, not directors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that was,
I think other trivia is like since 2010 or 2011, Donald Glover
Has been wanting to
has
play.
been wanting to be,
Miles?
or either he wanted to be a Spider-Man character, or fans wanted him to be a Spider-Man.
fans wanted
character.
him to be Miles Morales.
There you
at
go.
one point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want to do Peter Parker when Spider-Man was brought into the MCU, and there's like
Yeah.
a big thing of wanting
Miles.
Donald Glover as Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least having a black character or a person of color be Spider-Man, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Or Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah. Or Miguel Herrera. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was gonna be Miguel though,
Yeah.
because that's like into the future type stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Wait, is 2099 supposed to be the year he's from, or is that just the number of the universe he's from?
I think it's the year he's from.
it's gotta be the year, right?
Pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Like
yeah.
their technology is so much more advanced.
Right.
He reminds me of Batman Beyond.
He does.
he does. Like
Yeah.
this the style of
The art style he has, like really triangle shaped body.
technology, like
Yeah.
his Batman scratchers.
Are you the Blue Panther?
The
Yeah.
blue-
You have claws?
You're not very Spider-Man like. Are you a vampire?
He's like a ninja vampire.
He's a good vampire.
Yeah.
This is Morbius now. He's the Morbius.
Eventually, we're gonna see him do the dancing. If we don't get that meme
No.
in the next movie, I'm not gonna like it at all. You brought it up, so it's your fault.
I know.
Let me go ahead and get into the characters, then we'll talk about the movie.
It's gonna happen in Venom.
You just had to get that in.
Yes.
All right, you got Shamik Moore playing Miles Morales, Haley Steinfeld playing Gwen Stacy, Jake Johnson returning as Peter B. Parker, Daniel Kaluuya playing Spider-Punk, Karen Sony playing Spider-Man India, Oscar Isaac playing Miguel O'Hara, Issa Rae playing Spider-Woman, and Jason Schwartzman playing the Spot. And then I didn't want to include every single character.
That's a lot of characters.
That's a lot of characters as it is.
Yeah.
I probably would have included his parents maybe, but
yeah.
because they're a pretty big part in the movie.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Rio and Jeff.
yeah, I think it's Jeff.
Yeah.
Davidson. No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Something. Yeah.
Jeff Morales.
I thought his name was Davidson or something. Why am I
Different last name.
Aaron Davis.
Aaron Davis? Huh. I don't know. That's weird.
I gotta look this up now.
I'm very
Maybe
confused.
they do have a different last name.
But that's just weird because they're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Morales, he takes his mom last name, I'm assuming.
I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's Jefferson Davis. I don't know why I thought it was Morales. It's just so weird.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Well, there you go.
Because you normally you have the
The father's last
father's
name.
name. Yeah.
We
normally,
just mix it up.
yeah. Or sometimes like in Hispanic families, you do both the last names.
Right, you combine it in
Yeah.
some way,
Yeah.
one or the other or both.
Yeah, hyphenated. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason Schwartzman. Did he play Ugly Sonic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I think so. Yep, I think he did.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Was it?
Or was it regular Sonic? I don't remember.
No,
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, don't worry.
I didn't really get Ugly Sonic vibes, but
No, wait. Who played Jason? No,
No, he's
Sonic
not-
was
he's not.
played by
He's not being
Ben
credited.
Schwartz,
Ben Schwartz
wasn't he?
Was that the ugly one or the regular one?
Did
Both
they
of
change
them.
the voice actors?
Yeah, there's a different
They
voice
did?
actor. Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting out of
Now I
topic.
need to check.
Okay, well, while you check, let's talk about the actual movie that we watched,
Oh,
Across the Spider-Verse. Likes, dislikes, everything in between.
yeah. Ben Schwartz did 2020 Sonic and 2022 Sonic.
Okay. So the actual Sonic, not Ugly Sonic. Likes about the movie. I just, for the most part, I liked all the Spider people. For the most part, there's a couple that I could have done without, or they were a little bit annoying. But Spider-Man's supposed to be annoying to his enemies, and so I guess
Yeah, he's a smartass.
yeah. So some of the Spider-Mans I didn't really care for. I mean, I didn't care for. I preferred the other Spider people.
Right.
I think they do a really good job with the main ones that they feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the ones that like I care about. Everything else is
Just a little-
it's
little
just
Easter
kinda,
egg,
yeah,
kinda
little Easter egg
having
here, little
fun,
Easter
yeah.
egg there.
Yeah.
But pretty much everyone here that you saw is canon somehow in a comic somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with
Comics,
some
video
of these.
games,
Yeah.
they pull
Right.
from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
too familiar with all the Spider people, but like Spider-Man India, that's a new one I don't know about
Mm.
really. The design's a little bit different than what I remember, but I mean, I think they just wanted to include the joke about his hair so many times, which
Yeah.
kind of didn't. That was like my least favorite Spider-Man right there was him. But yeah, everyone else, like just starting off with Gwen and her story and the tragedy of it was
Peter Parker.
her Peter Parker and
Yeah.
the dilemma between the father and her, and then he finds out right away, and there's so much tension in that scene where she's trying to like tell him, hey, like we're on the same team,
Right. Listen
and
to me as a
listen
father
to me, yeah.
instead of a cop.
And he still keeps going on through his little
Miranda rights.
Miranda rights. I'm like, oh my goodness, no, this is terrible. Was that was after the Vulture fight, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's like right after the Vulture
right after
fight.
the Vulture fight.
In the aftermath.
The Vulture animation was interesting,
That
but
was cool. I liked the way they introduced her and Miguel and Jess.
yeah, like that was a great scene, great interactions. The action in this movie is better than most Spider-Man action.
I mean, to be fair, it's animated. It
Exactly.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, I know
that's
it's easy, like, and you have so much freedom, but
Right.
when it's Spider-Man swinging, it's all CGI, so it's essentially the same thing.
But still,
this
you
is-
still have the human body
You
moving
can't.
around
To
in
me,
live
like
action.
you can't compare the animated movies to anything that's supposed to be
Live
realistic.
action, yeah.
Because the live actions are supposed to be more centered in reality and realism, whereas this is definitely like
You take degrees of freedom with this one.
Yeah.
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 But I will say, like, I think it's really awesome how they managed to have just different art styles being animated and moving around at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
they really just do it early on with the Gwen versus the Vulture fight, and
Yeah.
he's just like this paper like flip book kind of style, and she's in her own like
Watercolor.
watercolor, yeah. And
Water
it's just
style.
like it's amazing
Water
how
style.
they water style. It's amazing how they managed to do that, and it's very fluid, and it never takes away from the action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they really separate how the spider people have different powers and how they use them too.
Yeah.
I like all the interaction is.
Yeah. After that, where do we go? We go to Miles, right?
Yeah, they do that little cut which I kind of didn't like, where they have like the opening screen title stuff. Yeah. I really didn't like that, but yeah, and then we go to Miles, and he's late for the meeting with the counselor,
Yeah.
and the reason is because he's fighting Spot.
Yeah. And I was so excited for the Spot because he's such an interesting villain. He's a goofy villain.
Right. I was wondering how they're going to transform him into a serious person, or
Yeah.
or introduce someone else.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was going to be the main villain.
Yep.
And Miguel was going to be the actual threat at
Right.
the end of the movie. But we kind of are getting attacked from both ends.
Yeah.
And the Spot, like him being goofy at first and him transforming and becoming more of a threat and more dangerous, and his art was almost like, and you can hit me later for this, but the
101 Dalmatians.
no
Okay.
Chariot Requiem, like that art style, like ominous black and like flowy. You remember the, I don't think you remember that animation, but it was very similar to this, and I just remember loving that ominous, dark, flowy presence, and this one is the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's just like I was like he's an eldritch god at that point, where he's like he has no defined shape. It's all like outlines, and like you can see he's kind of sketched in there still, is not
Yeah.
really a being that's there anymore. It looks so scary at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His art was just good, and his powers are interesting, and
Yeah.
he's kind of lame with them at first, but he's getting better, and he's eventually like putting up a decent fight against all the spider people.
Yeah. That's
And I
scary.
like that. Like it's refreshing to get a new villain as well, because we've gotten the Goblin 2-3 times now. We've gotten Dr. Octopus was the same Dr. Octopus, but
Yeah.
we've gotten like the same bunch of characters, and besides like Sandman, which was new, we finally get a different one, the
Right.
Spot.
that we haven't seen in a movie before.
Yeah, I was like, yes, finally. We could have got something in No Way Home. They didn't give us anything. The problems I had with Multiverse of Madness and No Way Home, this movie did perfectly.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted from Multiverse of Madness, is actually exploring different multiverses and not just like zipping through them really quick. And then actually seeing different Spider-Man, because it's cool to see Toby and Andrew, but I wanted to see other Spider people. I
Right.
wanted to see other villains, and
Someone new.
this solved everything I wanted from those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still think it's a little unfair to do that though.
But they could
Make that comparison.
Yeah.
but they could have done it in No Way Home.
I agree.
They could have,
or
but
Multiverse of Madness.
But they did do it in No Way Home.
yeah,
It's just they didn't include this mini Spider-Man,
yeah.
and rightfully so. Like
They could have, like, as much as I loved Andrew and that you want to redeem him, that's cool, but give us a different Spider-Man, or give us another one in addition to the two we got. But I
what's
don't
the-
want
what-
to focus on.
But what's the point of that when
no, the
it's-
focus is on the other two, Jesse.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I was just missing something from that movie. In this one, it's hard to compare them because they're totally different mediums, and you have different freedoms in each one. But this one, it just hit the spot.
I mean,
no pun intended.
I mean, just to defend No Way Home, like this is, it was the end of a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's basically to finish the story for that plot line. I don't think they're going to bring anyone else new.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe at least a villain or something. I don't know.
Maybe a villain,
that
but
would've been
it would.
nice.
The whole point of the movie is to show stuff that we've seen before.
Yeah, but that was one of the things I just didn't like about, like, it's how convenient it was. These specific 6 villains we've seen, and
Yeah,
But it's also villains that that the fans have been asking for.
Right.
So it's like
meant to be emotional.
it's like, man, you can't win in that situation. Like
Yeah.
they give you what you want and then you still don't want it. You like what? Like this is not fair.
It's meant to be emotional. It's not meant
Yeah.
to stir new emotions. It's supposed to bring back nostalgia.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, I know, but
They did bring you a
didn't-
new villain.
which one?
Jamie Foxx's character. He did not look that way in the first movie.
I mean, everyone was different. Everyone was different, but No one like knew.
John knows what you mean. He's joking.
Yeah, I know, but like this one just it got the itch I was wanting to scratch
Yeah.
for the movie of a multiverse Spider-Man movie. Like the first one of Miles Morales it was awesome because you got to see Noir, you got to see Ghost Spider who is Spider Gwen, and you got to see like the mecha, like you got to see cool
Spider-Pig.
like Spider Ham. But this one took it a step further, and we're gonna get all those characters back in the sequel, which I'm excited for.
And then
Yeah.
Miles as the Prowler too.
Oh, like that was a good twist too. Oh man,
I saw that he was getting back to 42 instead of I think 1610 or 6010. I don't know which one.
1610. Yeah.
1610.
yeah,
So I was like, oh, he's not going to the right spot. But like, I already forgot about that detail 10 seconds after that.
Yeah, because like they
It felt real still.
so for those that have watched it, I recommend going to watch it a second time. I enjoyed it a lot more the second time
Yeah.
okay,
after already, because the first time watching a movie, there's just like you
There's too
experience
much.
everything, and then
Yeah.
this movie there's like there's a lot going on,
yeah,
and there's like nostalgia trips and jokes related to other things, and like I'm catching these things, but I'm not paying attention to the story half the time because I'm
Yeah.
like so focused
You're
on all this
try-
extra.
Yeah, you're trying to look at the background.
So then this like today when I watched it again, and I already know the story, I already know what's happening. Like you pick up on the hints of like, man, these people really knew more stuff than they were leading on. Like I didn't realize like when Spider-Punk and Miles were walking to Miguel O'Hara and he's like talking to him and he's just like breaking pieces off. Like I didn't realize he was like doing that with a purpose at the time. Like he's creating his own watch, and like I was like, dang man, this he already had his plan. Like he saw what was happening and he's just like,
Anarchy.
yeah.
yeah. Spider-Punk, my favorite iteration of Spider-Man that's not like a movie Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But then the build up to the final scene where they unveil the other Miles as the Prowler, like
Yeah,
that was crazy because
yeah,
it's just raining in both worlds and everyone's just trying to make it back to Miles's house and you're
Yeah.
just like, oops, what's going on? And
Yeah.
he's talking to his mom, and even then like when I watched it the second time, you don't realize that his room is nothing like what his room was
It is
in his
different.
in his world. Yeah.
And then his mom's like, "What did you do with your hair?" And your hair is messy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
yeah, maybe
it's like she noticed like he's took off his mask and his hair is just like crazy.
Yeah. And the jacket he put on is a different color.
it's purple
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
match the Prowler.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
man.
it's so good. It's so good.
So many
I
hits.
definitely gotta watch this movie twice.
Yeah.
And then he's just like talking, and she's just like so confused at what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "I'm Spider-Man,"
And I was
she's
like,
just
"Oh, he finally did it."
he finally did it!" And she's just like so confused, like she
Who's
didn't
Spider
react.
who?
And then she keeps walking, continuing with what she's doing.
Yeah.
And he's just like starts talking about stuff, and I forget the exact line, but he brings up his dad, and the way he says it, like I could see how his mom would get confused because in this world his dad's dead,
Yeah.
so she gets offended by how he says it
Yeah.
Yeah.
because she's still not like she's still mourning basically.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Yeah. And then the reveal of the Prowler, well, not the Prowler, but Aaron Davis. I was like, "Oh man, like the Prowler's here!" Like, oh my god, like.
But then he's not the Prowler.
But then he's not the Prowler. I'm like, oh no.
One thing that I didn't catch in I saw in a YouTube video, I think it was like New Rock Stars, where
Yeah.
they do the Easter eggs,
Yeah.
is when they show like the collider scene again, and they showed like the Spider 42 how it was about to bite someone, and it
Yep.
was about to bite
a lighter
Miles.
skinned. Oh, is it Miles?
It was about to bite Miles. You could tell because of the braids.
Oh. Oh. So technically, it's supposed to be a different Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Prowler Miles.
Yeah.
That's kind of
So if
crazy.
he doesn't become Spider-Man, he becomes Prowler.
And he-
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That was, oh man, like that
And
whole
then-
ending.
And then like he gets knocked out, right? And they tie him up to the punching bag, and he's pleading with his uncle, and it's just like you kind of feel for him because like he misses his uncle, and he knows like deep down his uncle was a good guy, but this isn't the same one. And the imagery of the like the black like marks going down his uncle's face because he's just like he doesn't care. Like,
Yeah.
he's like he doesn't know this guy.
This is different miles.
This is different miles. Like I was just like, man, he's gonna kill him, and then he punches the punching bag, and
then it's like the black lines,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god, they just killed him.
they just killed him.
Yeah. But it's more like One Punch Man just affects.
He just hit the
force of
punching
it.
bag. He just
Oh.
punching bag.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but that's a
then-
lot of blood.
He's like, I don't like. He's like, I'm not the Prowler, and then they pan up to the other one.
Throws
And,
the glove.
yeah, they toss
Different
the-
colored shoes, like all black or blue or something.
It's all purple themed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. They're still Jordans.
Yeah, they're still Jordans, but they're purple
Yeah.
because of the color of
The Prowler.
man.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Did you say your father's still alive?" And he's like,
Oh,
"What?"
yeah.
Dun dun dun.
And then they leave us off at such a good moment with them too, because the Miles, the Prowler Miles was like has his fist there.
He's gonna
Against
say hey.
the
He's
bag.
gonna say
Against the
hey.
bag.
No.
He says hey. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. First 15 seconds of the movie, he's gonna say hey.
And then you could see how when Miles was talking to his mom from this world, like how he's talking about how he's not scared anymore. He's not afraid of anything. He's gone to all these places and seen all these people, and
Yeah.
he knows like
And he beat him.
he beat him. You could see the confidence in his face when there's no convincing these two, and he like puts his finger against the lock,
Chain.
the chain,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of to be continued.
Yeah.
It's like fuck. It was so good.
It's the Empire Strikes Back of our time.
Maybe.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And the music,
Like the theater groaned.
Yeah.
No.
They were like,
Did your theater groan the second viewing?
no,
No.
but like I said, that was more catered towards the kids.
Less
The
serious.
families, yeah.
I think one kid came up, like got out of his seat, and he was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this!" And I started laughing. But yeah,
That's so good.
the second time it was definitely a lot different, just because it was a younger crowd,
Maybe less serious fans.
less serious fans. They weren't laughing at the jokes that for all the other like all the Easter egg jokes. I think there was like a few chuckles for when they said like, "Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and that nerd from."
Yeah, 199.99
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And then I don't think anyone really picked up on the Andrew Garfield one or
The
the
Toby. Yeah, the Toby.
the Toby.
Really?
No one really picked up on Donald Glover.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it was more kids. Like
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
So-
Younger, they'll know some of these artists and these actors that are from 10 years ago. like,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see.
Lego Spider-Verse.
Lego Spider-Verse.
I think I heard audio from the Tobey Maguire movie in there.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was new audio with J. Jonah Jameson.
I don't know.
He just voices.
Yeah.
He voices a multiple J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
He voices every J. Jonah Jameson
know.
put on screen.
That's the canon event of every.
It must be J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, it's always J.K. Simmons.
It's written in the Spider-Verse glowy
Yeah.
web contract.
Well, no, what's that? What's that? It's a being that isn't everything. It's the opposite of a. It's like something similar to a canon event.
You're talking
They're
about from Loki?
From Loki, yeah.
A
Beings that are-
Nexus? being?
Nexus being.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
he's a Nexus being. He's always there.
He's the real king. It
J.K.
said
Simmons
there
as
since
Triple J.
the other guy got canceled.
Wait, who?
The dude from the dude that actually played King.
Oh,
Oh,
I can't remember his name.
Well, is
since-
he
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
well,
Yeah.
is he
thank
actually canceled, or is he just more like still facing that lawsuit or whatever?
I don't know.
you. He's probably canceled.
Okay, domestic abuse and whatever.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So, Disney doesn't want to be attached to somebody like that.
I
But
mean,
anyway, instead of Kings,
It's just weird because the Flash is still happening, but whatever.
but that's different. That's a different
DC,
company
I know.
altogether.
It's
Yeah.
just weird.
Instead of all Kings, it's just gonna be all J. Jonah Jamesons.
That'd be funny.
They're just gonna turn it into a meme movie.
It's
just-
a universe of JJJ's hunting Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's just gonna have a bunch of different like Daily Bugles.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
just gonna report about it. He's not actually gonna do anything. How did you guys feel about Miguel O'Hara?
Oscar
The,
Isaac.
the true bad guy.
Oscar Isaac does a really good job, and
Yeah.
like mostly everything he does, he's really good.
Right, and like you were saying earlier, that like he came as a villain from the other side almost,
Yeah,
because he's very objective oriented,
yeah,
and he just wants, and he pretty much knows everyone else will follow him because he's pretty much right.
yeah.
But
But is he?
Or is he?
We don't really know that for a fact yet.
yeah, but
I
everyone
would-
else is confident he's right.
Everyone else is confident he's right.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
So we'll see if Miles can change his universe.
Yeah. He will. That's just how it's gonna be. But
We'll see. Someone's gonna die.
yeah, someone's gonna
Maybe
die.
his dad isn't the canon event that is actually meant to happen. Someone else dies,
Maybe it's his
Yeah.
mom in this universe.
or Gwen.
Yeah.
Or Gwen.
Though the one thing I didn't really like about the movie, there's almost too much to look at. But
Yeah.
I mean that can be a good thing too. But for me, it was too much, especially the colors. I wanted to try to pay attention, but I missed a lot of things. I know it.
There's so much color in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, when watching it the second time tired, like, I really just had to rest my eyes at certain moments because it's just like it's too much.
But it was nice and calming when there were scenes between Gwen and her father.
Yeah.
There's a lot of solid watercolors just blending together, not
Bleeding
like,
down.
right, bleeding together.
The emotion would change the color.
Yes.
When they hugged, it was bright
Mm-hmm.
and it was nice. There's really good art, but also it's really good during the slow breather moments
Yeah.
too. The upside down sitting on, I forgot what building it was, and the city is upside down, and Gwen's
Right.
hair is like that's so interesting to look at, and
Yeah.
they're just sitting and talking.
Yep.
It does a really good job with all the art, and it's just the two people sitting and talking.
And it's nice they have those quiet moments, especially like when Miles is looking at the city with his mom behind him.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
a nice quiet moment I needed.
yeah. There's a lot. Oh man, like there's so much to talk about, but it's all good for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how they explained the canon events too.
Yeah, they didn't explain it. They tried to in No Way Home, but this one just kind of like made. They took more time and it made more sense,
Yep.
and it just. They hinted it in No Way Home, but this one is just like bam,
You're right.
canon event. You need this, otherwise
You can't be Spider-Man.
you're not a true Spider-Man. So,
Right.
well, I mean, not true, but
You haven't had your canon event
Yeah.
yet. You're not like a full Spider-Man yet.
yeah. But it like the multiverse is tricky. I think this is the best multiverse utilization in any multiverse movie.
Yeah. Anything you guys
Um,
didn't like?
Sound mixing wasn't good. I couldn't understand certain things, but we've already went over that.
Yeah. I blame theaters.
I'm looking forward to seeing it on Blu-ray and
Yeah.
DVD.
Like if I did watch it in theaters, I would go for captions.
Yeah, subtitles.
Yeah.
Spider-Punk, favorite iteration, favorite design, but I think his design, it's supposed to be different, but it was just too weird for me. Nicole's like, I'll get you the Funko Pop for Spider-Punk, the new one. I'm like, I don't want that. It's so ugly. So ugly.
Like the character himself, or just the style that he's.
the costume.
Oh, okay.
The costume. I
Too
didn't
much?
like that. Yeah. No, like I have like a couple Spider-Punk comics, and I think they're terrible, so I stopped buying them. But
Mm.
the costume is so cool, and it's just like more streamlined to the comics. But I do like his character, like him. He's not on either one side. He's just kind of like
I mean, that's anarchy.
on my own type of force. So, and all his little comments and quips, what like the baby and
Mayday.
it's such a good. And I didn't even know David Kaluuya. Wait, what's his name?
Yeah.
Daniel. Sorry, Daniel Kaluuya. I didn't know that was him. Like,
Yeah.
It was very hard to
So-
tell.
Yeah, because he's
Different.
British
yeah,
and he just acts in American movies all the time, so he puts off an American accent.
yeah. So do you have any besides the main spider people? Who was your favorite spider person?
John, you have one?
He is British. Out of the ones that we didn't see, or you mean just like the ones that like we saw but we didn't really see? Like, what do you mean?
The main ones, kind of like you get to hear from, but also just the ones in the background.
I really want to see that samurai one more.
The samurai one?
Yeah.
He was on there he was pretty big on a screen for about maybe a second or two.
Mm-hmm. When they're going over the canon events and like they all kind of crowd around, he's like right behind Miles on one of the shots.
Yeah. There's a samurai looking one.
Second viewing, I'll pay attention for that. I like the horse one. With
The cowboy and the horse.
Yeah, the mask. Why does the horse have a mask?
The what is it? The web slinger.
Yeah.
Protect his identity.
Yeah.
On 3, draw 1. You know what other?
I think,
Spider T-Rex.
yeah, that's always goofy, but they're including everything, so that's fine. The
Spider parked car.
Bodega Cat. He's
Yeah.
I have a Funko Pop and he's in Miles's backpack.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. There was so much. I gotta watch it again. We get a PS4 cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I didn't like was the live action
Integration.
integration. I didn't
Cameo,
really-
whatever.
Yeah, the
I liked-
cameos. They were like. It's just weird to see live action and cartoons together. But I mean, it's
I
whatever.
don't think they did a bad job during it.
It wasn't
though.
bad, but it was just it stood out. But I mean,
Well,
it's going
yeah.
to. It's going to.
It's going to just a composite of Donald Glover over animated screen.
Yeah. Miss Chen, visiting her.
That was great.
That was
I liked
fun.
it
Um.
because it's a lot of Sony coming
Yeah.
together with Marvel here.
Yeah.
A lot of Sony products being dropped. Jordans.
Yeah. I was surprised we didn't get to see like Tom Holland, but I don't know how the contract or any of that stuff works. But
Maybe he's in the third movie.
maybe
I mean, they
they name drop him
yeah,
or kind of.
basically.
Yeah. They reference him.
Yeah. This movie makes me want to get a Miles suit, and I don't like the suit because of how like basic it is. I don't like the symbiote suit because it's just a black suit with a spider on it, and the Miles suit is super similar, and I don't like it because
it's like basically the same thing, but with like a graffiti spider symbol that's
Yeah,
red, and then
yeah.
just
And
the
he
red
doesn't
streak.
have webs. Like, does he have webs anywhere? And
No, I don't
not
think so.
really. It's like the webs. I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes it a Spider-Man costume to me. But I'm just me just being picky.
Playing through the game. Like, I don't really like his suits in the game either.
The original Spider-Man for PS4 had better suits, but
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man is it that was assigned? Well, basically he went with Jess and Miguel.
Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider. I liked him.
I like Peter Parked car.
Peter Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet Spider. He basically monologues himself.
Yeah.
He's brooding. He looks at the wall. There's nothing
Yeah.
here. This is mysterious.
Yeah, that was fun.
awesome pose.
Look at
What
my
did you say about it? He said
muscles.
something about like my muscles
'Cause he's
around your
giving a
neck
choke.
or something. Like
Yeah, he's
forgot
giving
what
a
it was.
choke on Miles, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm busy. I'm too busy.
exactly.
I'm too busy thinking about my past.
Yep.
Um,
Because I think he's also a big name actor that was
I played
I
forgot
think so.
forgot his
Ben
name.
Riley.
Yeah, Ben Riley.
I don't remember who voiced him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ending is what made it like super good. Just all the twists and turns.
Yeah,
did
I
not
like the
see it
resolution
coming.
with Gwen and her dad.
Yeah.
So I wonder what else has to happen if she's expecting another canon event of if her dad
I
doesn't
think
have to be
there's just.
captain.
I think that's just symbolism that like
Right.
You can break it.
That
you can break it without consequences. Like the.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just not.
Maybe it's just another reference to the next movie that somehow Miles can change
Yeah.
his universe. So we'll see.
Yeah. Was there 3 villains in this movie or just the 2? Is Spot, Miguel? I feel like there was a third force.
No, I just feel like it's.
Oh, and the Prowler, like the
Yeah.
himself. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
3. Like that's gonna be very interesting to see those 3 and how they're gonna overcome all of those 3, especially the Spot. Like I
Yeah.
feel like
He's
that's
the
gonna be
really big bad.
yeah. I don't know where they're going with this next movie.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited because I don't know that.
I mean,
I can't-
there's some direction there, right?
There's some direction, but still, like
There's some goals that we know.
it could be 3 of them teaming up. It could be them all separate motivations coming from different angles, and like there's different options.
Yeah, I feel like Miguel might turn around, or Jess might have to convince Miguel to turn around.
Yeah,
Andy Samberg,
Andy Samberg.
voiced
Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miguel is just like, I don't know. He's so much bigger and broader than all the other ones.
It's
like,
funny.
It's
He's
kind of
the-
intimidating.
He's
yeah.
the Jotaro of.
Yeah.
He's the Jotaro of all Spider-Man.
Oh, I like the platform just slowly going down. He just like wants to be moody about it, and
I like how the shading on his face changes from when he's seen as like a good guy to like towards the end when he's seen like a villain as a more like a villain, how it gets like darker around his eyes. and
yeah,
he looks more vampirish during
Yeah.
those times. And
Yeah, I don't know. He injected something into his body. and I was
Right,
like,
that's
I don't
something.
remember this being part of like the cartoons or anything in.
yeah.
So I'm like, what was that?
So we'll see.
Yeah. There's so many details I forgot about.
Right, it's related to some consequence that he was talking about with canon events that maybe he's dealing with still.
Yeah. I'm planning to go see this again, probably like in a week or 2.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be finished painting my guitar for Spider-Punk, but also wait for the lines to kind of die down,
Yeah.
so I'm not fighting to get a good seed. And
if you go during the week, it'll probably not be that bad.
yeah, I probably go like on a Tuesday,
yeah.
like in 2 weeks after I got my guitar. But I don't know if they'll let me. Like my lightsaber, I couldn't bring it to the
Carry.
theater. I don't know if they'll let me bring like a little toy guitar.
You'll see.
We'll see. I'll bring pictures. Anything else?
I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, it's just a lot of fun. I would definitely watch it
Yeah.
theaters.
If you've already heard this podcast, I'm sorry. We spoiled everything for you. But there's still a lot more.
I
so
put it
you-
in a spoiler alert, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many things to watch for that
Yeah.
you don't like hear about. So many background things.
Yeah. Are you going to watch it again? Are you going to wait? You wait until it comes out?
Probably wait until I can
Hear it better?
hear it better. That's
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe if I do watch it, then I'll watch it with captions or subtitles.
Okay. How do you do that in a theater? There's devices, right?
Yeah. And then there's specific showings with captions on theater,
Yeah.
on screen.
Watch it in Spanish and there's English subtitles.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jackson Plug. Subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. if you do watch this on YouTube, please go give us a follow on Spotify
Yeah.
and the 5-star rating if you can.
Yay.
Leave comments.
Leave comments. Yeah.
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 What do you guys think about Across the Spider-Verse?
Across.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Is it called just Across or is it Spider-Man Across
Spider-Man
the Spider-Verse?
Across
Is
the
it?
Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I always call it just Across the Spider-Verse.
I mean, we all know you're talking about the Spider-Man movie, so
Yeah.
don't have to say the whole title.
Now it's Beyond.
What?
Next is Beyond.
Oh,
Yeah. I think
Batman
it's-
Beyond.
Yeah, I think it's 10 months away or something. It's early next year.
It's supposed to be
March?
March of 20. When I was writing the outline for this, I almost put that release date because
Oh.
I was looking at that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It'll be
I'm thinking-
soon.
this has been the Legendary Sip Podcast, and join us next week for JoJo.
Yeah? Stone Ocean.
Stone Ocean. Hopefully, Albert's on episode 15,
I'm on
Yeah.
episode 14.
and I'm on episode 27.
Pretty far.
Yeah.
Maybe further. I think I'm almost done, actually.
Nice.
Anyway, will this be the sip we've been looking for?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.